Hi everybody, it's Julie and I have a new digital for you today. This is Pink Expressions. It is my journal to get me through. I'm actually making a journal out of this that is the journal that I use to look back at 2021, look forward to 2022, and then I'll be using that to keep track of my challenges throughout 2022, as well as challenge and even DIY ideas. I keep it all in this one journal, so it's all in one place. These colors that you're gonna find in this journal kit make me very, 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 very happy. And you'll see that there is some of the Pink October digital kit in here. So this is the kit that is in the Etsy shop through and on sale. Well, it's not, that one's not on sale. This one will be. But this one, there is a donation going to City of Hope for each of this digital that we sell. And I will show that digital at the end of this video. So, yeah, so this is our digital, and it is over 40 pages. Excuse me. It has everything that you need to make at least one journal, probably more. And as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to show you what we made yesterday in the VIP, the virtual internet party, for those that finished their September journals, and I'm going to finish it. Okay, so that is that journal that I was talking about that I'm going to be using at the end of the year. So I have my large tags. There are several of them. There are 3 large tag pages. Remember that the large tag pages can be used as large tags. They can be folded in half this way and used in journals as a small page, as a pocket, when you're doing like a traveler's notebook size journal. You can fold them and make them pages. We made an envelope last month out of a large tag. That's one of my favorite parts of a DearJulieJulie digital kit. And if you want it to actually be a tag, you can come in and do your own crafty little design on the top. I choose to do the rectangle like this so that you can use it in a plethora, lots of ways. Okay, so those are the large tags. Then we have the small tags. It's all 4 of them, smaller, and we came up with some great ways of using these. This is the bookmark page, also a great page to be able to do things, or you can just make tags out of them. Then we have our side-by-side pages, and so this was a scarf, and it has the printing from the paper. I had put a paper backing, and I didn't put it with the plain side, and so you can see from the inside sleeve of a music book from 1840, I think, or something like that. You can see that in the background. This was one of my mom's handkerchiefs. This was one of my mom's scarves. And the colors were just perfect. Then I have Ledger from 1882. And that is in here. And music from that music book, or one of the music books. There. Okay, side by side. You get a side-by-side page that will go with Pink October. So you're going to see this throughout. This is a watercolor painting that my daughter did when she was quite young. So it doesn't have a date on it, but the back of it is painted and says Mommy. My daughter's 38, so it's probably at least 30 years old. I did not save like everything that my kids made. I saved very few things actually, because we moved from California to Iowa, from Iowa back to California. And than other places too. But I had this watercolor and I loved the way it looked with this. This is where the expressions came from the title, Pink Expressions. So there's your side by side, and then you get it on the other side, and the painting is a little bigger here. And there's the ledger bigger. You got a full polka dot page, so if you really like this, you can do a whole page of polka dot wallet size pages. There's the watercolor. You get a collaged border page, collaged border with the music inside, collaged border with the scarf inside, collaged border with the watercolor inside. There's your large page of the scarf, and it pulled all the texture, and oh my gosh, it's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Then you get the Home Sweet Home music, ledger in both directions. So you get ledger if you're making a traveler's notebook size or you're making a regular size journal. You've got ledger in both orientations. So here's the watercolor a little closer up, and here is the watercolor really close. Okay, so you got that variety. I wanted that variety, so it's in this kit because I have some ideas for some things that I want to do with it. And so that's how my kits are put together. It's like, oh, I would like to, if I was using this, I would like this. If I was using this, I would like this. And I make it, and we put all of it in there. Okay, so you can choose to print what you want to actually use. You don't need to go and print the whole kit. Print the pieces that you actually want. So this is our postcard page, and we've got two of the roses, and we've got the large watercolor here, and we've got the postcard with the music. Apparently, I really like the postcard with the music because it's in here a lot. This is our mini journal kit. It's also postcards, but these can be cut and then used to make a mini journal. And the mini journals are a lot of fun. Here's a couple of the side-by-side pages along with some of the big pages. These are postcards. Okay, so we've got the roses on this background, the roses on this background, this on the watercolor, and this on the scarf. Okay. Then we have, these are side-by-side pages. It's like, are we upside down forever or just the mini journal pages? Those are upside down too. Okay. Okay, so this is a mini journal page. So you get 8 images. Okay. Another page for the mini journal, and it's postcard size, but these can also be folded in half to go into the journal, or you can fold them this way, and these can go into a large journal as pages. And I use these in all the different ways. If you watch the channel here, you've seen me do that. Here is a 6-pack, so 6 images, and I have been, you're going to see these used in the journal. I'm going to show you here in a minute that we're going to work on to finish. Here's the wallets. Here's another 6-pack. Okay, and this time you have the roses. Here's another wallet, and this wallet has the roses. Okay. Then we're getting into our mini ephemera. Okay, so this is 4 of the postcard pages. Now, it's a little confusing to look at this, but we have been able to go ahead and get rid of that white line so that it's just a cut and a cut. But now you are going to be able to use this. You could go ahead and use it like this and make pockets in your smaller journals. It's better if we put it in the direction it's supposed to be in. But yeah, so that's mini ephemera. You can cut each of these out and use them. And now we have even a little bit smaller. So here you have your 2 wallet pages, your 2 6-packs, and smaller. And then this is the smallest page. And so this is where you would get you cut them out and make them into stamps. Okay, and then you have your mini bookmark here. And here you have your really small, the large tags, but they're really, really small. And here, these would make great stamps. Okay, so yeah, so that is the Pink Expressions digital kit. And so next I'm going to show you what we made so far. What we made in, okay, this, sorry about that. This is available in the DearJulieJulie Etsy shop. And it is on sale for 50% off. 70% off if you're a Diamond or Emerald Patreon, and you will have your coupon code. The companion kits for this are going to be Colorful Daisy. Okay, so the Colorful Daisy kit, it's full of these colorful daisies. The Easter egg die kit is going to be one of the companion kits for this. And I will also add in the Flinch card kit. And you know what? And we'll do the bases kit. Okay? So for the weekend through November 2nd, okay? So through November 2nd, this kit will be on sale along with Colorful Daisies, the Flinch card kit, the bases kit, and the Easter egg dyed background digital kit. Okay, if you're not sure what's, because that is in addition to all of the Christmas digitals are on sale in the DearJulieJulie Etsy shop. Okay, so 50% off, and then 70% if you're a Diamond or Emerald Patreon with your coupon code. Okay, so let's put that up here. Let's grab the journal that we made during the VIP. So the VIP is the virtual internet party that I do for those that finish the challenge journals. So for September, those that finish their journals, posted them on time, and put them in the finished posts, and stayed in the group so that they could get their invitation. They were invited to a virtual internet party, and that party's in a Facebook group. They received this digital for free, just for finishing their journal. And then we had it's a 2-hour party. It usually ends up being 3 hours or more, and we make a project using the digital, and they have access, you know, forever to that video so that they can go ahead and make that. So what did we make in that party? We made these large cards. I'm also using these stickers that I had in my kit from Paige Evans in my stash. So we did these 3 large tags. Okay, and they were made a variety of ways. Ooh, looks like we are gonna have to use glue on our stickers. They were really sticky, but okay. We have this little notebook that we made out of the small tag page. This tuck was from a postcard. Okay, so let's go ahead and look through. That was paper from my stash. Of course, I have a ledger. I have lined paper, another slot pocket out of the small small tag page. Okay, so, and that will just hold that. And then we did a flip up page, and this is Easter egg dyed paper, and we added a flip flop and a flip up page here. And this is one side of a 6-pack pocket. Got a little flip here. This is using the bookmark. We made a pocket here using the mini journal. We have 2 pockets here. This is the center of the signature. We used a large tag to attach all that. Has a flap over here, and there's our other bookmark page. So that is the center of this signature. And we've got more paper, Barbie paper, because it is my journal. Here's our 6-pack pocket page. There's the flip up scarf page. There's that. This is a tuck on here. We've got a true flip flop. Okay, so that's a true flip flop. And a pocket here, the other side of the postcard tuck there. The other slot pocket here, and we also made a matchbook, little matchbook, and that was from the small tags also. Okay, so the small tag has 3 pages like that go like this, and or like this actually. And so from one of the pages, one of the parts, we took this, and from one we took that, and so this just flips up, holds that. Okay, that flips over. This paper was a paper pad that I'd gotten at Walmart a long time ago. Here's the other side of the 6-pack for a pocket there. And then all that. Okay, so we made all the embellishments, and we went ahead and we made the journal. Okay, so I did how I picked out the papers. You'll see that video tomorrow, how I picked out the papers. So they had that so that they could go and look in their stash and find pages that they would want to have. I'm really excited about this because this is a journal that I make every year, and I'm going to be really glad to have it done and made already. So the next thing that I needed to do was I needed to go ahead and make my cover, and I want to use my favorite wallpaper. I still have a few more pieces of this. And then I had this piece of cardstock, and so I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to take this piece of scrapbook paper, and I'm going to fold it in half to give me a stronger piece for my pocket. Okay, so this is going to be my pocket. Now the other thing that's going to happen here is my cover is 9 inches, and my paper is only 8.5, so it's going to go down to about here, and then this pocket is going to take over the rest of the paper down there. So I do want to reinforce this a little bit. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm still using that bandage that was given to me quite a while ago. So we're still using it. And I put it in at an angle. And that's so that, you know, should it wear, it doesn't just wear in a straight line and come undone. It doesn't need to be as big of an angle as I did there, but that's just my choice. I'm going to use my Resist the Sticky scissors to cut this, because it's much easier to cut it with that. Okay, and then we'll come over and cut this here. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to sneak a binding in here. It's not very often that I bind on my actual channel. But I usually do all my binding videos go to Patreon. But we will go ahead and bind this one. Okay. It's single signature. It should be really easy. I'm going to cut this at 9 inches. I'm going to think about it for a minute. 9 inches is correct. I don't want to just rashly do that. Then I've got this that I'll be able to use. So I'm going to put it down here in my box of cutoffs. And then I'm going to cut my pocket. And let's use the folded side. Okay. Whoop. Put the branding strip side on the to be cut side. Okay. 9 inches. Think about it. Yes, 9 inches, Julie. Got that. Got that. Okay. So, next I'm going to go ahead and fold these into themselves. Okay. And then to break the paper a little more, I'm going to give it the double whammy. So, double whammy is, okay, so I fold it into itself. Okay, and then I fold it against. Okay, and I don't want to use my fingernails on the glitter there. So we'll pull out. Okay, so here we go. There we go. Okay, so that is ready to go in my journal. Oh yeah, remember it's going to be short. I'm like, what? So there we go. Okay, then this is going to come down here at the bottom. I don't usually clip down, but because that paper is short, I'm going to just clip it. Okay, because usually I'm just putting a paper in here that's the right, it fits the whole thing. This does not. So let's go ahead. Okay, and then I'm going to sew this, and I'm not going to glue it. So that's why I'm clipping it, okay? I'm not going to glue it because then I end up with a bubble sometimes, okay? So let's see how we fold. See how we fold. Okay, got a good fold. Good fold. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sew this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is my cover. Now, I did not put my my little patch on the cover, and I want to do that real quick. So let's go ahead and now with this bandage on here, I need to go ahead and really work this a little bit. It ends up it'll do fine, but for right now we gotta help it along. Okay, so I'm gonna go into what I have left. So here is, I had this rose from the, okay, I'm thinking, so we might use this. Go ahead and okay. So I have this rose. I really like the bicycle. So part of me is saying maybe this. Okay. And the other thing I'm going to want is a 2021. Oh boy. Those should be here. The 2021. There they are. Okay. So remember, I get the 2021s whenever the graduation stuff comes out. I get that. Actually, I want a 2022, so I probably need to grab. So I'm not doing that. I'll do something else because I don't want to do 2021 on here. But for Christmas, like if this was a Christmas journal, I can put my 2021 on here. I think maybe we'll go this direction this time. These are nice thick stickers. So let's see. Should I put it in it? Down below it? I'm just going to sew this on. Okay. And maybe one of these hearts that has all the pretty colors. So I've done where I had 2021 up here, and then I used stickers from a sticker sheet and did the new year down here. I can always come in and add stickers across. I like that right there. I like that. You know what I did find? I found some confetti that has, I think, the blue in here matches. I don't remember where I got this. It says Party 321 on the top of it. So maybe put the heart on top of this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just sew this on, and this is going to be my little cover, and I like it. Okay, so I have that. Okay, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and glue. Glue that down. Okay, so we have the rectangle from the wallet page, the bicycle. We have this here. I think we'll just put good times. So this needs to get put on here. Here we go. I'll be right back. There's my cover patch, and it is sewn on, and I love it. So what I can do is, if I find a 2022 or I make one, I can hang it off of the front, or I can put something, I can glue some letters on there. Okay. Okay, so there's my cover patch. I love it. I absolutely love it. So now I want to go through and make sure that my pages are in order. The one other thing is I do that looking forward, looking back. So that's a goal exercise that I do every year. I've done it on my channel a couple of years, so we'll be doing that closer to the end of the year. Okay, so watch for that. And what you'll want is you'll want 2 places to put 100 things. Okay, oh, let's make sure everything's in the up and up. Okay, so we have our cover and we have our inside single signature. Okay, so now that this is with this, I'm not sure that I like that. I'm thinking we could go ahead and take this, and that can be our inside cover. Okay. So that could go like that. Okay, and we'll switch that out, put that there. Okay, so if you are watching from and redoing your journal, I put the 2 moms pages together, and I've brought the blue page in front of the little pocket, so it's right next to the Easter egg dyed paper. And I don't usually put lace or anything on the edges here. I might add little washi tabs. But we'll see. Okay, so this will be my inside cover. So if I want to put a picture or something here, I can. And then, so I have 4 pages here together, and these are lined paper on one side, graph paper on the other. I get this at Dollar General. It comes on a pad. And so if I wanted to draw, planning, and I can use these as like a foot, size of a foot, and like plant a garden or something like that. I like to use that for that. Okay, so there's those. I think we had like 27 or 28 pages in here. It's not getting a whole lot more added to it. It is a writing journal, and I do want that many pages. Okay, so let's count. There's more than 25, which is what I like. Right around 25. Okay, so I'm going to look at it. It's kind of even from the top, even from the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and use my large paper clips, and then I can pull it off. Put this back in the kitty. Okay, so that is bound, and I now have my journal. Yay! The next thing that I do, I call, again, breaking the paper. So this is just to make it easier to be able to use this journal. Go ahead and fold these papers back and forth. Okay. So usually I do each single page, but we're not going to do that for the sake of time here. Okay. And then on this side, we go through and we do it this way. Okay, so there's my little journal. And okay, so we have some tags that we made that can go in here. Okay, so we have this pretty rose. I think we'll put it right here in this front pocket. Okay, so I like to have the pockets in this because say you don't know, on the other side of this is the new challenge. but I might want to save this so I could just go ahead and fold this and put that in here. So the VIPs this time also got my a copy of my notes for how I was building this journal during their class, which is kind of fun. Oh, a page didn't get in. Ah, okay. So what do you do when a page doesn't make it into the journal? It can become a large tag, right? This is a little, becomes like a little folio, I guess, right? That can go right back here in this back pocket. Maybe we could add some more pages in here. So I'm going to cut some papers to fit. I'm using the point and fold measuring technique. I'm cutting one of those blue papers that I had in my collection over here, and also a couple of the lined papers. We'll cut them down to fit perfectly inside, and there we go. Now I'm going to fold them, and we are going to bind them with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch into this little trifold from a large tag page from the digital that I had forgotten to sew into the journal. And we're going to have this cool little folio note paper thing that we're going to be able to put in the back pocket. So there's our library pocket that we made out of a postcard, and there's that. Okay, so this can go into, whoop, we lost a large tag. This can go into the back pocket. There we go. Or the front pocket. I mean, if you, okay. So if you wanted to decorate this and add more stickers, you could go ahead and do that. Like I said, we have this big box down here of items. But the main thing I wanted to get into was the note papers. Okay. If you want more color, okay, the other thing is all these pockets do need, I am going to want to go through and close them. I do want this bicycle one in here somewhere. Okay, I'm going to put that on there. Okay, so if you have a collection of note papers, which I have a huge collection of note papers. Huge collection of note papers. I love note papers. And the sad thing is I won't write on them unless they're in a journal like this. I literally have, because I needed to write something down, made a quick little notebook journal. That bad. Yes, it is that bad. Okay, so there's that. I like that. Oh, and I had these. I think these are really cool. So I'm gonna grab a few of those. Kept like a notepad and put that in here. Isn't that cool? Love that. Okay. I think we'll do a few of them right here. And then I think we'll do So my notepads, these ones came, like this I think came from Tuesday morning. I like it because they also add color all the way up the long page. Okay, so there's our true flip-flop. Kind of has the same flowers as this has. Okay, so there's all those. And then I have my grate. And this, my favorite number is 8. So, and remember this journal is for me. Okay, oh, I like that. I'm going to take that one out of here and switch it to the slip pocket. Okay, so, and we made these, the little slip pocket. Okay, so now let's get in, now that we've added the note papers, we'll get into okay, I've already added the tickets, but we have some index cards. We'll want to use these. I'm going to go ahead and leave the branding strip on here because I don't need the branding strip. So I don't want to cover up the rows too much. Okay. Oh yeah, I had a flashcard with the number 8, which I thought was cool. And some of the things that I put in my journals are just visually there so that they make me smile. They make me happy. This was leftover. It's like the last of a notebook that I had. We have a couple of the postcards left. Put one in that pocket. And then we have this magic pocket. I was like, oh, we could put money in that pocket. Didn't fit in there, you guys. You saw that. Now we have, okay, these are cardstock. These are wallet size. Okay, these are mini journal size. So a wallet size will fit in a mini journal size. Cut it down just a little bit. Okay. So if there's something that I need to remember, like what the Patreon tiers get, I can go ahead and put it on these cards and they will be easy for me to find. If I have a business card that I need to be able to have easy access to, or something that I need to write down and have easy access to, these cards are perfect for this. Remember, this journal pretty much stays at home, but if I go on vacation or something, it goes with me so that I do have my information with me for that kind of stuff. So these also could go in like that, which I kind of like better. Easier to get to. Okay, so what this was mini journal pages, cardstock, on top of a large tag cut out of copy paper, bookmark. This is a bookmark, and folded on the back and gave us the large pockets. Okay, so that's what we have there. I've already used a ticket in here. Oh, I forgot I had these. Some little flowers. Okay, these are pieces that were little cutoffs. Go in our little pocket. Okay, so writing journal, and like I said, mine is going to be used for my looking back to look forward that I'll be doing in sometime before the end of the year. Okay. Sometimes it's kind of fun to just have a little something that shows up. Put that on this tab, and this tab is a flip-flop. Okay, so there's underneath there. And I think if I make this into like a tri-fold, this was our other piece that was left over. And then that can go in that large hidden pocket. This is also similar to what I've made before to use for Bible journaling. So also watch for Bible faith-based digital kit coming very, very, very soon. We went over that at the... Okay, so index cards. And I am not going to decorate them, but you could. But they'll fit in a 6-pack pocket. Okay? Index cards in a 6-pack pocket. Okay, we have the other piece of ledger. That will also fit in a 6-pack pocket. You know what? I don't think I need that in here. So this is a ticket from the Spectrum Art Creations. Okay, now I'm going to look around and see specifics. So here we have 2 bookmarks left. And so I'm just going to clean up the edges. They are cardstock. sometimes I have used these for bookmarks. And remember, there's extra pages in there. You could use this if you needed a tuck spot. I could have put this on here and made it a stronger thing. I could go ahead, put this, and it could be a tuck spot under there. But it looks like we need something here. And okay, now for the inside, I have a couple of things. Let's see, got that. These are things that are still in this little box. Okay, let me get underneath that. Okay. Okay, so we have this. Go ahead and put this in. It's like a little coin envelope. Okay, like that. Okay, let's go ahead and cut off the bottom. I'm sorry. I have a little tickle. Okay, so these can go right inside here. And then okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this card. Okay, I'll cut across right here at the blue. I think we want more teal than We want that teal piece. So again, this little painting that was done by my daughter when she was very young is how this digital got its name. So it's pink because of all the pink stuff, and then expressions because of that digital. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and glue this down. And it will also be the closure for our little envelope here. Okay, so we'll be able to do that and pull those out. Put this under there. Okay, and then right over here I did still have a stamp from the Patreon digital, stamp digital from the pink part of Roses and Ledger digital kit. We'll just layer that on there. Okay, just a little. Okay, and then well, if I need tabs, I'll add them later. Okay, so there's that. This postcard is a little bit too big. I thought it was. But okay, that just goes right in there. Put this on here. That is also one of the images from Roses and Ledger. And then I made a special page for the Patreon so that they can cut things into stamps without having to cut out the mini. They can just, it's just already on the paper. Of course, you can always cut the mini pieces out and make your own stamps. Okay. Lots of pages, lots of places to write in here, which is what I wanted, because to start off with, I start off with 200 thing lists that will go in this journal. That's the very first thing. Well, I might put some ideas and stuff in here for next year's challenges and stuff, but for the most part, the first things that will go in here will be the look back to look forward. Okay, so all we have left are a bunch of little pieces. This is from when I was doing the library card. It's okay to have. I don't think I did any belly bands in here this time. Looking in my box to see if there's any. Okay, and then the other thing that I had was I have the sticker, but I have some other words Okay, so I have these words. Thought we could go ahead and do this top row and make some of this page into stickers. Okay. Okay, and then I can just cut this. This top row has my favorite word, enjoy, twice. So, okay, so this is double-sided tape. And you've seen me do this before. As a matter of fact, I have the ones from the Dragonfly journal right here. Okay, so this says enjoy life. And I'll put these things on pages that are not the lined pages, but I was thinking that it might be kind of nice to have like something like that, and then maybe something from our sticker. Okay, but we did discover that we need glue with our sticker, or we need to sew it on. Okay. I like this hanging flower pot. I'm going to just put that on a page here. I'm going to put it here. And I did find those flowers, but I don't think I'm going to use them in here. But I did pull those out because they were the right color. But there's that. And then I can go ahead and grab Be Kind. Okay, so if you have a journal page and it has words, you can go ahead and turn them into stickers. Hopefully you have an easier time getting them undone. Okay, so there's okay, and I like words, so adding words throughout this is, for me, I like that. Okay, I also like real flowers. I mean, after all, I was a florist for like ever. 30-something years. Actually over 40. I did my first wedding when I was 15, almost 16. I had done flowers with my mom for a long time, and one of my sister's best friend was getting married, and my mom let me do my sister's. My sister was the maid of honor. Let me do her bouquet. And many years later, I ended up doing that same family, another one of their daughters, and I traded it for I did their wedding for a new engine for my car. That was pretty awesome. I traded donuts for a car once too. I bought a car for $500. It was a family that came in and they got donuts for their family every day and for their shop. And or coffee and sometimes muffins, whatever. But yeah, I traded donuts for a car. And it was really funny because this family, the dad he drove this this little B210, and I was like, oh, and it was teal. It was this color. And I loved it. I was like, oh, I love that car. And for months, I was like, oh, that car is so cute. And we ended up buying it, trading it for donuts. Yep, traded it for donuts. Yes, I owned donut shops when I was married before. We owned 3. 2 in Iowa, and then we moved back to California after my sister was killed in the mudslide, and we had one here in California. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'll probably add some more of these stickers in here, but other than that, this is done for me. I will put a tie on it for now, but really they end up staying closed after I've worked them for a while, and I don't even use the tie on mine anymore. I don't, it's like I'm like reaching for this. I'm like, I don't want to use that. This came in my Happy Mail that I just the fairy Happy Mail. So, but I'll use it to close it now, just so that you see that it's closed. And I will also add a couple of butterflies, or maybe some of these stickers. I might use, you know what? But wait! Right? But wait. What do we got? We got a couple of dragonflies. One's orange, but that's okay. It's a dragonfly. You can put that on one of them. So dragonfly to dragonfly. With a little bit of glue. Okay, so dragonfly to dragonfly. They were going in opposite directions, so I was like, oh yeah, that'll work. Okay, so dragonfly to dragonfly. That will make me think of Yaya Arlene. There's no hummingbird. Okay, we got a butterfly. I like the hearts. Could do a blue heart and the orange heart. Okay, the glue, because we've already discovered that we had a sticker compromised already, so. And then I will tie a knot underneath, and that will hopefully keep it from moving should it get to the place that it can move. Because sometimes when you put something on a string, they can work their way to being able to move. You know, they make themselves like a little tunnel, and they can move. Just sometimes happens. We're doing a little preventive medicine here. Okay. So I have my little signature ties on the inside here. Little dragonfly and little heart from the sticker sheet. And, you know, I think since this is my favorite word, maybe it should go on the inside cover. Yeah. Okay, so it is almost November, so I'm going to start thinking about my word of the year for next year. So, do you choose a word of the year? I'm interested in knowing. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we did the cover, added the cover panel, large pocket on the inside. We did actually bind this journal. It has, what did we say, 26, 27 pages, so it has over 100 pages front and back. Plus it has a couple of flip-flops with extra writing space. I personally will be using this for my challenges for next year and ideas, as well as starting out using it for my goal setting for next year. Okay, so all of that will be together in this one journal, and there's a lot of pages in here, but then I don't feel bad if I'm writing in it. Okay, if there's a lot of pages, it's like I don't feel bad about writing it. Here's our little 6-pack pocket, and an index card fits perfect in there. Remember, there's 4 sheets, and you've got lined paper, grid paper, lined paper, grid paper, lined paper. There is a ledger in the front, so that means there's ledger in the back as well. Love the coffee piece here, and our postcard is a little bit too big for anywhere. You know what, let's put this also in that pocket with this one. Okay, so we'll put both of them in that pocket, and there we go. I have a journal ready that I actually know that I'm going to use. I'm going to put a little glue underneath both sides of this and hold it while I finish out this video. So we also went ahead and we made some words. We've got sweet words there. And let's see, we did some binding of the journal, and I am really liking this. I hope you enjoyed this. We are supposed to look at the, oh, don't forget the 5 Days of Christmas collab starts November 2nd. The digitals are available in the DearJulieJulie Etsy shop and the Kara Brandon Creations Etsy shop. They are on sale until it starts. So you'll want to, so for a limited time, they are on sale, and 50% off. That is a great deal for these 5. And then both of us have made companion kits that go along with them. And so remember, we have page 1 from Kara, page 1 from DearJulieJulie. I added some of the base ephemera. So these are things you can use, you know, even for other projects. So I think that's going to be awesome. And so day 2, we have some Christmas greetings here, and we have a bunch of the cards, and then Kara has this beautiful collage. Day 3, we have poinsettias Oh my gosh, excuse me. And then we have the deer and we have the Christmas page. Deer and Christmas, along with the poinsettias. So you get a very traditional look with this digital. That's day 4 and 4. This is day 5. Okay. So day 5 from Dear Julie Julie. And then I have mine that are printed also that are cardstock. So check that out. We will be doing our collab videos starting with day 1 on Tuesdays. So Tuesday, November 2nd, you'll see day 1, and you'll see Kara and I both do our pages. You'll see several other people, and we even have a guest elf, and very excited. So we have a guest elf joining us for some of the days this time. So that's exciting. Yay! Yeah, so you can join in on the collab and you can add your YouTube video to the playlist. It will be linked on the, it'll be linked on my daily video. So the day 1 video, it'll have the day 1 playlist and it'll be open so you can add your video to that playlist. Okay? So the other thing is all of the Christmas digitals in the Dear Julie Julie Etsy shop are on sale for 50% off. And so don't forget, you want to check that out. That includes all of them, including Pink Christmas, the Angel Digital, which I'm working on an Angel Pages and Ephemera digital to go with that. Okay, so this is the other digital that I was talking about, available in the Dear Julie Julie Etsy shop, and a donation goes to City of Hope. So this is called Pink October, and it was a blessing. It was actually a printer problem and a computer problem happened at the same time and gave me this. And I love it. I love the lines. I love the colors. And as you saw, I have now added some of these images to the Pink Expressions. So here's your large tag page. You get a small ephemera. I think those are the same. Nope. 1, 2, 3 small ephemeras. This is small tags. Okay, so that's your small tags. There's your wallet page and a postcard page and the other tag page. Okay, so you get the tag page, the large tag page, the postcard page, the wallet page, and the small tag page, and then small ephemera. Okay, and so there's a lot of things that you will be able to do. It's a small kit, but it is really a lot of fun, and celebrating women in October and celebrating the survivors of cancers that affect women. And a donation will be made from the Dear Julie Julie to City of Hope. So hope you'll check that out. Again, that's called Pink October, and it is in the Dear Julie Julie Etsy shop. And all Patreons received this kit in the Patreon in October. Here's our journal. Remember, started in the VIP for September and finished here today. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day, And then on Saturday, we have a mini challenge in the challenge. So hope to see you on Saturday. And then for Sunday, we're making a different kind of journal that can be a really quick and fun gift. We'll be using pink expressions one more time. Have an amazing day. New challenge starts Monday, November 1st. Collab starts Tuesday, November 2nd. We are busy and having a great time, and I'm so glad you're here. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.